Evening of Friday, the 11th of March, 2022. Do. Here's a song I wrote, performed by my brother Sean, in the style of television's Frasier, followed by a song I wrote in the style of, which one should we do next? I didn't actually pick this out. That's a rhyme and geography song called My Destiny's in Tennessee. And then finally, we'll have our theme song, Lay Your Head Down and Dream. Let's get started.
Hey, sucker, that's why Jean looks so wallen, lost jawlards and white timbers. And Shaka, I see, was on his army. Yeah, Shaka when all the walls fall. Ha 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 ha. But I don't know if Jean-Luc gets these lost jawlards and white timber. They're falling again. Good night, Elytra, we love you. Dathan has left the planet. Folks say to be the very best, you gotta travel across the land. But I'm happy here at pretty good, just out walking with my friends. So you can fly from coast to coast for all the antics of ends. But my destiny's here in Tennessee, my Pokédex in hand. You run your laps chasing licky tongues in Providence, and you arc your throws for Electabuzz in St. Louis. But when you're lost in Boston seeking Pokestops, boo-hoo, we'll all still be spinning them up on Rocket Top. It's true. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Tanglers from Los Angeles. If you're there chasing Charizard, you're making your life way too hard. Clutching garlic, pounding pavement down Ventura Boulevard. We don't need Nidoqueens from down New Orleans. I hate to rain on solo you, but parades need a willing crew. All those squirtles on St. Charles saw you wandering and withdrew. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Lapras from Minneapolis or Polipers from Mississippers. There's enough Weedles on Montego. We could evolve a swarm of Beedrill. There's enough Snubbull down the shovel. We could team sled with Grumble. We don't need Oregon from out in Oregon or any Pikachus from up in Massachusetts. Sorry, Professor Oklahoma, we'll raid gyms in Tullahoma. sorry, poke coin palooka will hatch on hikes in Chattanooga. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our toga peas here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our toga peas here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. For some reason, the camera is warped right now. I'm gonna fix that real quick. I don't know if you saw, but earlier we had a creeper make an attempt on my life as I tried to work on this wall right next to me. He's now hanging out right there. So you guys keep an eye on that creeper. There it is. The face camera is now fixed. Howdy, I'm down here in slot 9. I was just looking for where's my green screen so we can properly chroma out my tank top. Looking good. Fantastic. Yeah, the creeper is there for real. So when I logged onto the server, I had a very different experience than usual. There was no one online. No one. It's Friday night on HermitCraft, and it seems that people are actually taking a break. I spent a lot of the day editing and recording. I have got so much good footage for episode 3, and it's not quite done yet, though. I was thinking it'd be funny to kind of leave the front door just open here, but I'm realizing that if creepers can just walk up into the house, that might be what the cool kids would call a problem. So maybe I should do something to break the stairs, basically, because creepers can't jump across here. But yeah, I'm only going to put one door in, I kind of decided. I was also working on some concepts. I talked to Scar about the windows and got some great suggestions about combining, keeping some of them kind of boarded up with the wood, but mixing up the textures, but also having lights and stuff up here behind glass. Now, what we have to do this episode is we have to go get the lights and stuff, because we're going to hang some moss that glows, some glow lichen here. Wittershin says, what video editing program do I use? Final Cut Pro. I've worked with Premiere and a lot of other stuff in the past, but Final Cut Pro is what's worked best for me in the long term. I have seen the Shrine Made of Crafting Tables. It shows up in my second episode of the season. Okay, so we have a few objectives today, and they're primarily underground at this point. You know, that seems like a place stuff could spawn to. Let's go ahead and maybe clean out some of the dirt here. Yeah, the interior is not really the primary focus of the structure right now, but since I was planning on going outside and there's a creeper there, I'm like, let's maybe just look around at the interior for a bit. I'm working on a few things down here. Oh, creeper's still there. This is going to be my game room. It's not done. And I was going to post some signs in here with ideas for game-related stuff, but I realized I'm out of birch signs. No, I'm not. Okay. So, one thing I need to do is I need to come up with a character for this upcoming charity D&D game. April 9th. I'm going to be playing at 2 p.m. Central. Along with my friend Quinn Murphy, who I've been playing role-playing games with for years, as well as Jack Packard from Red Letter Media and Ryan North from Dinosaur Comics. So I have a character concept that I want to work on at some point, and I'm going to put some signs in here as I think about that. We're going to do some brainstorming on that a little bit tonight, but we also need to do Minecraft game stuff. We have to go get that mossy lichen. We also have to get some gravel and some sand. So, okay. Let me make sure that I've got all the chats open. And there's the live event chat. Welcome, Kindless. Welcome, Brandon. Hey, one thing I need to check. Is somebody in my D20 gaming channel, or D20 systems maybe, had this idea for a character who's a warlock who thinks he's a cleric? Let me see if I can find this message so I can give proper credit. Oh, yeah, it was Sharf back in February 28th. And I thought that was a really funny idea. And I have a character who is a sorcerer, but doesn't really understand. Like, one of the things about sorcerers is they don't have to understand where their magic comes from. Because their magic comes from, like, either their bloodline or from something that one of their ancestors did, or something that would be outside of their knowledge, possibly. Hey, we just got a tip rolling in, our first tip of the day from William for 100. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 face camera expansions. So, here we go. For the first one, please direct your attention down here to slot 9 so I can say, howdy, y'all. Crow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-dee. We're just going to settle in nice and snug in this corner. Hi, it's me. And then, number 2, here we go. How about you? Expand Joe! I didn't write this rhyme in advance, which might be why, as Mumbo would say, it's a bit parts. Anyway, there we go. Face camera expansion number 2. Numero trace, bigger face. That one I did write in advance, which is why it's great. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Expanding Joe. Say no to war? I don't know. Anyway, so boom. Face camera expansion number 5 is on its way. But now, y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each of those first 4 milestones. But like Jacob Marley, now these chains are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the ghost. Bum, 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 bum. Alrighty, we are going to lower that Joe opacity now to 90%. At this point, each additional face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in Joe opacity. So keep an eye out for that. So, anyway, to get back to kind of what I was talking about, I think we are almost done setting up. Not quite, though. I've got a bunch of, like, little setup tasks I'm kind of in the middle of doing. So we're going to leave that setting up now sign for the moment. Is that creeper still out there, though? Because that's... Okay, one of the setup tasks we need to do is make an axe. Because my axes keep breaking. I've got some more iron now. So that's good. So we can go ahead and make a proper axe here. Why can't we make an axe? I have iron. I have sticks. Where is it? Boom, there it is. Alrighty. So, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alrighty. So, anyway, if you're not super familiar with Dungeons & Dragons or tabletop role-playing games, a cleric is a character who has made a commitment to a deity, or what we might colloquially call a god, and derives divine power from following that god. Whereas a warlock is someone who makes like a deal with a magical power like Cthulhu or something, which has a lot in common with a god, but isn't quite the same thing, and derives some sort of arcane power from this occult source. So there's like, or you could say in D&D or a lot of these games, there's like a few types of magic. There's natural or primal magic. There's like scientific magic, which is called like arcana. That's what wizards do. Divine magic is what clerics and paladins do, that they get from gods. And then occult magic is like what warlocks do. So the idea of someone making a pact with an occult beast that gives that person magic powers while lying to them, basically, and telling them, yeah, I'm a god, you're totally a cleric or a paladin or whatever. I thought that Scharf had a really funny idea there. And so one of the characters I play is, for like one-off games sometimes, is a sorcerer named Handleton Beestinger, who doesn't really know or care where his magic comes from. And I was thinking that it would be funny if at some point, like, it maybe part of the approach for the upcoming charity game I'm in is maybe at the time that this takes place, somebody convinced him that he might get his magic from a god or something, because he doesn't understand sorcerer bloodlines or whatever. He's not, unlike wizards who study magic, sorcerers just have it and didn't really do anything to earn it. They didn't make a deal, they didn't have devotion to a god or whatever. But anyway, Leo B tips 2, who says, always nice to see the Jost. Cthulhu isn't a god, question mark? Yeah. So anyway, the character, like his backstory in terms of like his adventuring prowess or whatever is that like he worked primarily as a caravan guard, and he naturally kind of cultivated magic that would be good for guarding caravans that brought like fish in from port cities inland. So he has a bunch of spells that make things cold, because if you can keep fish cold, you can sell them further inland. And he has a bunch of spells for like if your caravan gets attacked, like to wake everybody up, and like, you know, big fireworks spells that aren't necessarily high damage stuff, but like he's used to being part of like a 40-person group. And so his spells are optimized for getting everybody involved, right? And not necessarily like, oh, I'm a high damage dealing individual, right? And so this is going to be a character that is suboptimal in a group of 4 or 5 people. Tabras Valentine says, like a chill charmer from the King Killer Chronicles. Yeah, kind of. And so anyway, so all of his spells are either for keeping fish cold or helping in like a fight where a bunch of people are probably asleep at the beginning of it or being ambushed somehow, because caravans usually don't go to war. They are either attacked in the night or they're like waylaid on the road, right? And so I was thinking that at the point where he meets up with this group for this charity event, maybe he thinks that he has become to see himself as a cleric of the universe. Like, whoa, you know, I've got such big ears and my eyes can perceive so much. You know, I just keep finding myself where I need to be, and I keep finding the things I need when I get there. Maybe the universe chose me for this magical gift because I'm like a cleric of the universe. You know, and I'm just open to things. And like, so the idea is that this is the sort of thing that works well in a game with players that you don't normally play with, because the character is open to things. He's like very like enthusiastic when somebody has a bad idea. Like somebody would be like, you know, let's say we walk up to a door in a dungeon, and one of the party members is like just gonna go open it, and somebody else is like, whoa, that might be trapped, and you know, and then another character is just like, well, I'll just kick it really hard. And then my character would be like, well, what if we both kick it really hard and then we break the trap? Yeah. And like, then somebody else might be like, or you could help me disable the trap with patience. It's like, whoa, that's something we can all do. The three of us will be lookouts and you disable the trap. Awesome. That sort of thing. This character has a very low int score. This character is not intelligent. But he's a very, he has a bunch of, because he's a tabaxi, he has a bunch of bonuses to perception. Anyway, is my character from San Dimas? Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, that's the premise of that character. And so the other thing I was thinking about was tabaxi are kind of rare in the D&D setting. They're not super common. And I was thinking maybe he should have some sort of really distinctive markings, because I never really figured out what he looked like before. And I wanted to have some sort of sketch of him ready for this charity event. So I'm going to do like a drawing stream with Cleo where I like sketch out the character and try to find like some sort of, I was thinking if he had really distinctive markings, maybe one of the reasons that he's so positive and enthusiastic and encouraging is because he at some point in life realized that he's very memorable. And like once he realized that people tended to remember him, he wanted them to have like positive memories of him. Like, it's one of those things like, even though he might pass through the same town once every 4 years, the people are like, oh, that guy's back. And so he's like, wow. But like he knows like other people in the caravan aren't remembered that same way, And so he's just very very enthusiastic and encouraging. And this is the sort of thing, like, if the reason this character works well as a caravan guard or as a party member or team member is this person would not be very survivable in a solo situation. This is not me playing, from a storytelling standpoint, it's funny if I find ways to avoid him. Like, I'm not going to have him just press a button that will blow up the dungeon on purpose. He's not that kind of stupid. But, finding ways for the other party. Oh, and the other thing is, when you're playing a character like this, part of the goal is to keep the action moving in the direction the DM is kind of hinting at. So where was I? Oh yeah, we need to empty our inventory because we have way too much stuff here. That's what I was about to do. I was like, we were gonna go mining because we need to go get a bunch of stuff from underground, but we can't go mining while everything is in our inventory. We also need to go get some birch. We're running low on birch too. Oh, and we're running low on wool. We need to go get more shears. So, y'all have been super patient. Like I said, I was working on the house a lot today. I actually was able to record interactions with Jevin, Cub, Scar, and Impulse, giving me feedback about the house, right? So, we added a lot of things here. We have added the shutters Cub requested. We've added the end stone that Cleo requested. Impulse, in particular, suggested a mix of like deep slate, black stone, and like the dark stone type blocks in general. Maybe some black concrete for the roof. So we don't have any of that right now. We need to go get that, and we need to go get the mossy lichen, the glow lichen that Scar recommended to put behind the glass in the windows up there. So let's go and get the mossy lichen. First, never mind. I'm immediately regretting not having a door here. I thought that this would be real cute not having a door here. Okay. So, there's that. Yeah, this is not technically a horror stream, but we are playing Minecraft, which is a horror game. So, did they go away? Yep. Looks like they couldn't find a way to me, so they've wandered off. Yeah, that's right. You keep wandering off. Good times with Scar join the game. Hey, Scar. Villager patrol in front of impulses. Okay. They might be gone now. Oh, boy. So, anyway, as I was saying, we're about to go down here and get some stuff. Okay. Wait, this might be where we need to get off. Nope, it's not. Okay. Hey, welcome, Cheesiest. Yep, I'm streaming about a half hour earlier because I'm trying to take better care of my sleep cycle. Okay. So we need to look for glow lichen, which should be around here. Ooh, speaking of glow. Glow squid. Okay. It'd be easier to find the glow lichen if I hadn't lit all this, I'm thinking. But also, let's grab this while we're here. I always forget the server restart time changed. Womp womp. That's fine. We just will try not to get into any sort of, like, potentially hazardous situations immediately before the reset. There we go. Look, look, look. Boop. That was some of that stuff we need. If we could get about 12 to 15 of these, that would be fantastic, but I'm not sure how viable that is. We might have to bone meal it. Ooh, we also need gravel, though. This fortune shovel is going to be the death of me. Look at this. 39 flint. 40 flint. Okay. Well, good gravel hunt, everybody. Good gravel hunt. We do need some of this as well for the impulse roof suggestion of mixing some deep slate cobble in. So I've got a silk touch pickaxe as well with me. So yeah, that fortune shovel was a real winner, huh, folks? Is that one of the rare blue axolotls? That's a real treat. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm gonna get lost doing this. Maybe I should collect regular vines too. That might be smart. Okay. I hear a zombie. Oh, yeah. See, this looks like what the kids would consider bad news. Iron. Precious, precious iron. One day we'll have our own anvil. Okay, so we have one glow lichen. We've got the ability to make bone meal. And we have no ability to gather gravel because of my poor choices of enchantments. Oh, that was a cyan one? Oh, okay. I guess maybe I don't know what a blue one looks like. Dang it, that was not my intention. Okay. So Yeah, that goes down to there. I remember now. I could torch gather the gravel. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's not fast, but you don't necessarily need a lot of it. How much have we got? 18? Very, very smart there. Thank you, Tabris Valentine, for that most excellent suggestion. And Mahi0 actually suggested the same thing in the other chat. Thank you, Mahi0 as well. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. That isn't really blue. That's cyan. It's cute, though. Okay. Okay, so let's grab more of this. We're gonna need to make more torches, and we have coal now, but we don't have a ton of wood. In fact, we're actually short on oak fences in general. Ooh, there's a glow lichen. See? I was gonna say, I actually need to grab some oak fences for the express purpose of doing the windows. Hey, Jake wants to play. Glad you're enjoying the show. Okay. So, let's see what we want to do here. I feel like the server's probably about to restart in 1 minute or so. Well, apparently it's 2 minutes, so not quite, but 1 minute. Free timber in the tunnel. Free timber. Okay. Free wood pillars. Free wood pillars. Okay. So I feel like there's a safe place. I was like, let's get elevated. Yeah, that's a timeout for yelling in all caps, please, Jason Burton. If you have a point to make, please discuss it rationally with indoor voices. Alrighty, we're going to give the server a minute to do its annual nightly backup. Probably not annual at that point. Okay. So, we've got 2 glow lichen. We've got some deep slate. I mean, I feel like that's probably enough to be worthwhile at this point. What time is it? I forgot to actually turn that, what do you call it, that gold into a clock. Is it nighttime out here? It looks like it is nighttime. Okay, run, because there's no... Thanks, Scar. Also, howdy. Okay, so we have string if we want to make bamboo. What are we actually here for? We are here for swapping out the shovels. Praxis says, isn't that one of the super rare axolotl colors? That's what I thought too, but everyone told me no, so I don't know. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? We got some iron we can cook now that we've got the coal from earlier. I forgot about that. Okay, so if we wanted to expand this glow lichen, we need to go get the bone meal. Now, fortunately, we have a ton of compostable stuff here that I accidentally brought back from the farm earlier. So we can go dump all this in the composter. Ooh, we actually have some bone meal now, though. Let's see how that works. Oh, there we go. Yay. So we're up to 9, which is a good start, but it's not where we need to be. We need more than 9. Oh, I forgot to grab a boat. There are not enough boats to go around. I say that. There's enough boats, but they're never in a convenient place, it seems. So I've started carrying them on my own. Okay. So let's be on the lookout for creepers, because it was just nighttime, so there might be creepers everywhere. Running into the sea. You'll see me. Sailing away. Oh, speaking of things that are away, we are 18 away from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. Bone meal dispenser is a good investment. Yep, probably. We've got the composter at the farm up here. So I wanted to was considering harvesting the kelp and getting some more kelp cooking for spawn too, but it's not super urgent. Oh, this has been growing too. See, this stuff all actually does grow pretty quick. Yep, because I just harvested the wheat earlier today. So anyway, let's throw a bunch of this stuff in. We got 5 in there at least, but if we go harvest the wheat, we'll get even more. Okay. Hey, welcome Grant Rogers. But yeah, I was thinking of an exercise for when you're coming up with a D&D character concept, and it's like kind of an obnoxious character. Like, I was thinking there should be at least one time, if your character concept is kind of obnoxious, there should be at least one time in their past that they tried to join some sort of organization. Maybe it's another adventuring party, maybe it's a school they applied for or something. And what was some way that their personality... like what was an interaction that their personality caused that led to them not being granted admission to the group that they wanted? And yeah, so I was thinking like my character thinking that everyone had dark vision and magic, like, would probably disqualify them from being hired as a party cleric. Because, like, clerics fix people. And also probably should have studied magic in some way in their religious order or something. And should know that not everyone has magic. But what about the magic inside of our hearts? No, that's not magic. That's storytelling. But if we weren't meant to see that magic, why would the universe grant us all the ability to see in the dark? Actually, 70% of people can't see in the dark. What? Yeah, you know humans can't see in the dark. What? I need to go reevaluate how I consider other people's perspectives. Okay. Yep, I've been on HermitCraft since week 5 of season 1. I was the original new guy, the first person invited to join the server. Yes, I was forged to serve on this server. Super Tabine says this character is so quirky. Yeah, it's kind of meant to be because it's a character for charity games and for public facing stuff, or like it's supposed to be something that can slot in with all sorts of other groups and keep the action going. But yeah, I came up with the first name Handleton because there's a cat, or the Tabaxi are cat people, and there's a cat in Sabrina the Teenage Witch named Salem. And in the Bobaverse books, Salem was the capital of this new American theocratic empire, and it was renamed after the founder of that empire, Handleton. And so I was like, I like that Handleton sounds like a very refined name, and it's basically just a renamed Salem the cat thing. I don't know. 12XX says, I mean, he sounds like the kind of dude that wouldn't be with one group for long anyway. He'd annoy them too much. Well, and that's the thing, is like, you know, you need to make sure when you're playing in a game for charity that entertains people that, one, you're giving the other entertainers a chance to shine, and that you're giving the audience something worth watching. So it needs to be funny, annoying, and, like I said, having the character be, like, a way too encouraging of people with bad ideas is a good way to keep the spotlight on the other people playing at the table, too. Did I know any of the other hermits on HermitCraft before joining? No. HermitCraft is a co-op. It doesn't really have a leader. It's an artist collective. Okay, yeah, there's a rule against doing weird stuff with caps, and, man. Okay. That guy has been, like, just ignoring the rules all night. I'm just gonna ban him. Sorry, I tried. Wittershin says, I assumed you just named him that because it's his handle. Oh, like, I get it. Yeah, so the capital of this American theocracy in the Bobaverse books is now New Handleton because they got nuked. It was apparently not a good idea to try and create a new American theocracy. But yeah, so the Bobaverse books, if you're not familiar with them, it's a really interesting premise. Basically, this computer programmer gets rich selling his company, and so he pays for this thing where if he dies, or if he's about to die, they'll basically freeze his head and resuscitate him in the future whenever whatever killed him will you know, is like cured. Like, so if he died of cancer, they would wait until cancer was cured and then bring him back. Yeah, that sort of thing. So anyway, like, this guy gets his he goes and pays this trust to take care of his head, and then, like, that day gets hit by a car and wakes up after the car accident hundreds of years in the future. And basically, this theocracy has decided that all people who were frozen are essentially the property of the state, and they need him to run computer stuff for them. And he goes rogue because he is, yeah. So basically, they resuscitated him as like they uploaded him into a computer core. They scanned his brain, uploaded him into a computer core, and was like, "You're gonna run this very important thing for us." And so he just basically methodically learns everything he can about his environment and situation, and then goes rogue. And it's a pretty good book, by Dennis E. Taylor. Yeah, it's kind of like in Futurama. But yeah, I just when I was brainstorming and I was like, I want something like Salem, but not Salem. I was like, ooh, Handleton. So this is how we're going to do these windows here. This was Scar's suggestion, and I absolutely adore it. Grant Rogers says, so is he still human, or is he an AI copy of the man? Basically, the idea is that artificial intelligence, proper artificial intelligence, has stalled, and so the best that they can do for in the setting of this novel, the best that they can do for running stuff like this is to basically clone the brains of living people. But the problem is that it's a destructive process. The name of the book is I forget the name of the first book because it's a series, but the series is called the Bobiverse series by Dennis E. Taylor. So anyway, thank you to Nas for tipping 4. That puts us 14 away from the next Face Camera expansion. But the reason it's called the Bobiverse is because he has to start making copies of himself to accomplish his goals. And so a lot of this ends up being about how do you perceive yourself and how do you work with yourself and things like that. And so anyway, the idea is that when they have a system that needs to run at computer scale with AI, because they can't make good enough AI to actually run it, they would take a frozen human head out of storage and try to upload somebody into a computer who was an engineer or a computer programmer. Because the thing is that you have to actually have the understanding of what you're operating too, right? Yeah, the Bobiverse is super good. I actually got to see, this was like, after COVID started, there was an online session where the author of Bobiverse, Dennis E. Taylor, talked to a small group of people at this CosmoQuest conference. And that's run by, I'm blanking, the CosmoQuest stream. They do all this kind of cool space outreach stuff. Bobiverse, as in Bravo, Oscar, Bravo, India, Victor, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Echo. Bobiverse. But yeah, it's a really... the book on tape is read by Roy Porter. And he just read another book on tape I was listening to. I just finished Project Hail Mary by Andy Ware, who I actually got to see in person at KublaCon in California a couple years ago before COVID. And but yeah, both authors, very interesting people. I think there's a 4th Bobiverse book. Good luck with your job application, Ludala. Welcome, Doggo for Love. Okay. But yeah, Roy Porter reads the Bobiverse books, and he also reads Project Hail Mary in the book on tape version, and he's super great. So as a single parent, I always have a lot of chores to do that I don't particularly enjoy, and so I either watch stuff on YouTube or listen to books on tape or listen to podcasts. I try to kind of cycle through things so I don't get tired of, so I might go on a kick where it's like, okay, so I'll listen to one book on tape, which might take me a week or two, and then I'll catch up on the podcast that I missed, and then I'll catch up on YouTube, and then so I'm kind of always cycling through stuff. So what's Ip Man? I haven't actually seen it, but let me Google that for you real quick. It was a Chinese martial artist born in 1893 who died in December of 1972. Here, let me post a link. This is cool. He was originally born as Kaimon to Ip Uedor, the 3rd or 4th children. But yeah. They made a whole film series about him. It's a series of Hong Kong martial arts films based on the life events of the Wing Chun master of the same name. So there you go. Glad to help, Attack. All right, I feel like we've probably mostly set up. Let me run through my pre-stream checklist, though. When will my stream begin?
The usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title and tweet, pour water, tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause folding and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before lay our head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all. Joe Hill's from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chess tools breaking.
Pickaxe from poof while talking to you, professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking.
Then I'll click crafting, quick anvil time, enchant pick, then I'll replace the books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I know there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swears, not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin?
Only 3?
Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode. I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and toss a bunch of these beetroot seeds back in here. Let's take down that setting up now sign. Boom, it is gone. Okay. Whoops. Why is it still playing music? Dang it, computer. You had one job, and that was to follow my commands exactly, which I'm very frustrated that you did, because I gave you the wrong command. Okay. Tapper's Valentine. No, I haven't had time to check that out. Honestly, I've kind of, like, I really can only keep up with Acquisitions Incorporated. There's just so many different stream games going on all the time. There's not enough hours in the day. So I used to have a lot of commuting time, and commuting time was my D&D stream game time. But yeah, I just don't have that in my day anymore. So I do have 2 different versions of the song. Okay. So anyway. We have got stream set up. We've got, whoops. Actually, in terms of how many carrots we have here, we have way too many carrots. Let's just dump some of these. Hey, Winterwolf, thank you for the ZAR14, who says, I love your vids. That in US Abacus beads is 1 US Abacus bead. Thank you so much. That is going to put us 13 away from the next face camera expansion. You could watch all of my videos with ad block off, and I'd be lucky to make $1. So that is a huge way to show your appreciation for the show. I appreciate you, Winterwolf 2011. Okay. Brain says do things. We need to go make a little bit more of that glow lichen, And then, oh, we need to get blackstone. We're going to empty out our inventory and then go to the nether to try and get blackstone. Okay. So, here we go. Our house is looking pretty fine. It's looking pretty good. All the way over here. And there is B-Dubs' house over there as well. You know B-Dubs is doing pretty swell. La 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 la. What streams games of D&D do you wish you could still watch? The big one that I used to listen to that's not on the air anymore is the C-Team. And that was every week, and I loved it so much. It had Chris Straub in it, who was one of my favorite entertainers online since like 2004, 2005. So I've been following his work for over 15 years. And then Ryan Hartman, who we raid sometimes, is in there. Tristan Falcone, as well as... Oh no, I'm blanking on the lady who plays Rosie. Oh my gosh. I've met her in real life several times. Kate Welsh. Yeah. Kate Welsh. Oh my gosh. It's like... Sorry, just some parts of my brain. I have been editing all day. When I haven't been recording, I have been editing. This has been a very super productive day, but like I am definitely, you know, you ever have one of those days where you're like really proud of how much you got done, but then you're also just like, oh man, I need to chill. This is that chill time. I'm just relaxing and getting some stuff done here. This is awesome. Just hanging out with y'all. So thank y'all so much. Can I have the like and come down here? No, it won't actually do that. Okay. Interesting. So the lichen has to go on the glass directly. What's my favorite season? I really like fall. Okay. B-Dubs does live in a Rapunzel tower. That's a pretty accurate description of it. Oh, it is getting dark here. We should probably use the bed. And also maybe have a torch up here somewhere. I'm realizing maybe there's not enough torches. I didn't bring any. Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to remove that torch and add that right there. Perfect. So I think maybe we'll add a torch here and here and then remove that. I really want to try this with no door, but I feel like I need to like rip out some steps here so that mobs don't just go in here. But that is maybe not wise. I don't know. Hey, welcome, Snow. Things are going well. Yeah. Lichen on the windows was a Scar suggestion. Okay, so yeah, what we were going to do now is we were going to drop all of our stuff that we don't need, and we're going to go to the nether. So we're going to do another run. Okay, so in the nether, I don't think I'm likely to need my fortune or my silk touch pickaxe. I want to trade those for the efficiency and unbreaking. Where's the silk touch? I probably broke it somewhere or hid it. There's the other one. Okay. So iron and fortune, or yeah, those two can go in there. Get rid of a bunch of this stuff. Maybe I take the scaffold with me. Oh, I should make a flint and steel. Flint and steel is super awesome for the nether. I could triple carpet to keep the mobs out. Really? Is that work, Gracewinder? Interesting. Oh boy. Man. Good day, but long day. I want to emphasize the good part. I also want to emphasize that this is the relaxing I've been looking forward to doing at the end of the day. Just having a chill resource gathering part of the stream, hanging out. Appreciate y'all being here with me at the end of your work days. Had some freelance work I had to do, It's just been go 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 all day, but super productive. Super happy about it. Like it really is so. Oh, that was what I was looking for. These. It feels so fantastic being back on HermitCraft. I got to record things with so many people today. Like not like a big group recording, but just like because my goal with the house here was to have a whole bunch of different people give me input and stuff. And I thought, like, originally I was like, oh, okay, so, you know, I'll have a segment where Cub Fan comes by and tells me to put shutters on the windows. And then I'll have a segment where Cleo comes by and tells me this, and Jev comes by and tells me this, and Impulse and Scar, blah, blah, blah. But what happened was they kept coming back to critique what I was doing while I was working on the next part. And so it's actually going to be a way more dynamic and interactive episode than I was expecting. And so, because like instead of it just being like, you know, fire and forget, they're actually like really invested in the house now. So 76 Delta says you should do a mining stream. We are literally on our way. You know what? Let's add a second pickaxe though. Let's add a second pickaxe to this before we go. Part of me thinks, yeah. But yeah, it's just so great to be hanging out with everybody again. Okay. Like, and having everybody close by this season. So last season, having all of our bases kind of near each other was a good idea. But like Cleo and I were kind of we were further out, you know? And so like if you're at Bodum where you've got 6 people around or so, you know, it's a lot easier to just run into people all the time. Whereas Cleo and I were kind of off on our own and people didn't pass through. But around here, people are just passing through all the time. Not now because it's sleepy time for Europe. But like, just all day. It was fantastic. So yeah, this next episode, probably not gonna get it finished editing tonight because honestly I got way more good footage than I expected, which is a good problem to have, but it does take longer to edit when there's more footage. Mandy Rue says, Joe, who suggested the end stone? That was a Cleo suggestion. So here's the thing is I'm gonna implement everybody's suggestions and then I'm gonna try and invite B-dubs by to kind of give me some tweaks on it to fix. Like, how do I texture this so it fits together a little better? You know, that sort of thing. And let him kind of problem solve the worst parts. Plus, I've got Gemini Tay coming in, not during a stream, but just to record on Tuesday. Gemini are going to work on the area around the house, like the yard and everything. Because Gem is amazing at landscaping. And so this is basalt, but I think there should be blackstone over here somewhere too, right? Is blackstone in the nether? Yeah, there's blackstone. Blackstone in the nether. Oh, and lava. Don't mind the lava. It will burn, burn, burn. Don't mind it. It's fine. It is real hot lava. You're gonna learn, learn, learn. Not to mind the lava. Do not mind the lava. Mining near the lava can be hazardous as can be. But you know you gotta have quick reflexes. You gotta be able to respond quickly. Gotta be able to act hurriedly. But without inadvertently panicking. No, panic's not the thing. Okay, I've got to turn off the ring light or turn it down a little bit because the nether is so dark, it's hard for me to see the game. Okay, with the light in my face. Ooh, I forgot to wear gold. How big of a problem is that these days? Those are zombie pigmen. Not the other kind. So I think we're probably okay. Oh, quick response. Snow says, mood, long day for me as well. Yep, you know, sometimes those happen. Oh, boy. But yeah, I got so many cool things done today. I got so many cool things planned for the future today. Now I get to hang out with y'all, and then after this, I get to go to the pinball theater and hang out with Manu and anybody here who wants to go to that. So that'll be great. I've picked up some sausage and cheese, so I'm gonna fry that up after this as a little snack. I had kind of a light dinner because I like to have a kind of a little charcuterie meats and cheese snack at Friday nights as kind of my, hey, we made it through the week. Let's pal around and make fun of movies together thing. And I'm going to shave my mustache off. Well, I kind of grew this out as like my darkest timeline goatee, and I don't feel like we've escaped that yet. So, Grace Winter says, I think Manu isn't going today. Oh, well, that's fine. I need to go to bed anyway. That's fine. I'll just probably edit and watch something else for a little bit then and go to bed. It's fine. I'm still going to look forward to the charcuterie, though, because I bought it and I'm going to eat it. I didn't eat a light dinner expecting charcuterie in order to not eat charcuterie. What's my plan for the Blackstone? Impulse had suggested a Blackstone roof with either a Blackstone roof with deep slate highlights or a deep slate roof with Blackstone highlights. So, but what he said was, you should try that, but B-dubs is the texturing master. So, to work out, get a rough thing in place, you know, revise it a few times, and then take it to B-dubs. So B-dubs is going to be kind of, if I can get him, because his schedule is kind of busy sometimes. But my goal is, and also this video has so much footage in it, I'll probably have B-dubs come back, or I'll have B-dubs show up, maybe in the same video where I have Jem do the landscaping advice. So I'll have Jem come in as a landscaping consultant, and I'll have B-dubs come in as a refinement consultant, basically. So, whew, chill Friday evening. I'm loving it. Yeah, I thought about trying to drive to Louisville today, but with gas prices going up, it's, even if I could technically justify the expense, I'm like, well, if gas prices are that expensive, that's because there's a lot of demand right now, and me driving 3 hours to Louisville and 3 hours back in one day is probably not the best investment of that fuel. That's probably kind of wasteful. In a normal year, I would just take the bus, but not as keen on close confined spaces with other people these days. But yeah, there's a pinball expo up in Louisville, and since HermitCraft launched this week and didn't launch a long time ago, I was looking at it, I'm like, I can't afford to stay overnight. I was like, well, I could afford to drive up there and drive back the same day and just hang out with the people I want to hang out with, you know, for a few hours. It was just like a 6-hour round trip in one day. Right when the season launched, like, I just want to get more momentum in. I feel like, okay, 3.5 stacks of Blackstone would be good. Renegade side. Well, there's also a little bit of a difference between taking a local municipal bus, like, where, you know, you can open the windows or whatever because you're going down Main Street, versus taking a Greyhound where the windows are closed because you're on the interstate, you know? And also they try to sell every seat on the Greyhound. You know, it's more like an airplane where you're crammed in next to people, you know? So... But yeah, last time I went to Louisville, I just took the Greyhound, and it was fine on the whole. Oh, you are talking about the Greyhound. Gotcha. San Antonio to Houston. Cool, cool. Yeah, that's fair. Better transportation infrastructure would be nice here in the States. It would be such a simple train ride from Nashville to Louisville. Have I been to the big pinball place near Lebanon and Murfreesboro? Do you mean Game Galaxy? I sure have. It's really cool. It's a little bit further out from me than Game Terminal. Like, I basically have to drive past Game Terminal to go to Game Galaxy. So unless I have a reason that I'm down in Smyrna anyway, or there's a game that I want to practice that isn't at Game Galaxy, I know is at Game Terminal, I'm really not super likely to skip Game Galaxy. Or, sorry, to skip Game Terminal. Blah, blah. So, we've got our one door. Okay. All right, so let's assess. We need to get a... I was kind of thinking I need to have barrels that are organized kind of by what they're for. And I never did that. So basalt, cobbled deep slate. I have no reasonable storage set up at this point. Okay. So this is all the stuff we have for the roof. I think I need to make a stone cutter. Do you need stone to make a stone cutter? That seems plausible that you would. Stone cutter. Okay, yeah, I need to cook some stone, it looks like. So we'll throw these in here. Hey, welcome, Mr. Hardluck! Alison Pell says, why not trim the edges of the building with end stone? Maybe. Maybe. So this is... Cleo kind of recommended just doing the foundation. But... yeah, I guess I could maybe trim the corners or something. I don't know. One thing Scar recommended was mixing sandstone pillars in anywhere I was using pillars. So I did that. And like and that'll be in the video too. But it was one of those things where he's like, this might look bad in an off-putting way, but it's a haunted house, so things looking bad in an off-putting way isn't necessarily the wrong vibe, you know? Maybe some birch signs up in the corners. Use andesite for the stone cutter. Oh! Andesite for the stone cutter. That makes way more sense. Okay, I was like, I don't know if andesite would look good with what I'm doing, but... okay. So, stone cutter. Boom. So, we're going to reserve this area for the stairs. I guess we'll just put this saw blade thing here. So, if we go... we don't have a good way to get onto the roof. Gotta greet Scar every time he joins the server. Okay, so that's roughly, let's say, 12 stairs. That's another 12 stairs. That's another 24 stairs. So that's 48 stairs total already. Plus all that up there. We're going to need a lot of stairs. Hey, welcome, Sean the Band Geek. Glad you could join us. Don't I know the times for the streams tomorrow? Oh, that's another thing, is for HermitCraft stream day, I'm only broadcasting HermitCraft on Sunday. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a Mario Kart stream during my normal stream time as a tech check kind of for the HermitCraft stream on Friday, because we're going to do the HermitCraft Mario Kart stream Friday. Hey, Matthew Lavis, thank you for the 10, who says, was your first death at the hands of Zombie Cleo? I don't think so. It might have been in the dragon fight. But either way, that is going to put us 3 away for the next face camera expansion. So thank you very much. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. If I stop hitting the wrong buttons, I can link that. Yeah, look at that. Professional Minecrafter. Okay. I got some curtains in here too. Not perfect, but it's good enough. Okay. So the short version is, though, that we're going to need a lot of stairs. Oh, we're actually even missing some stairs on that part of the roof there. Interesting. Hey, McLeslie, I'm glad you like my interpretation and vision of the mansion. Yeah, I was really happy with how the dirt version came out, and so I was like, the iterated version needs to look better. And I think it is, whoops, coming out pretty well. Hit that start button there. Okay. So, I feel like, hey, Sammy, because of replay mod, we've changed dimensions. We need to disconnect and reconnect to the server because replay mod doesn't handle switching dimensions very well. So we're going to get a fresh replay mod file here. Okay, so if you ever see the hermits logging off and on in background, it's like, what is that? That's why. Okay, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3. You know, I have a whole piece of paper somewhere with the actual dimensions on this, where I could just find. You know, it's fine. We're not going to worry about it. Okay. Done. Let's bring the stone cutter up to the roof, maybe. Yeah, let's bring the stone cutter out to the yard with us, right? That makes sense. Ooh, we're actually gonna really want a good axe for this, though. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's actually time. Let's make a run, because, yeah, dismantling this roof is going to take forever without the proper tools. Let's make a run to the enchanting area. And upgrade or mix and match all of our outstanding tools, because we have a bunch of random stuff that we're not necessarily taking advantage of. Ooh, also, I need to try and get unbreaking on my elytra. Right? That seems like a good investment. Ooh, let's enchant these gold boots, too. It's Namanui says, why am I still thinking about charcuterie? Probably for the same reason I am, because it's delicious. Okay, we're going to empty some stuff out of our inventory here to make room for all those delicious spider eyes. Do we have enough sticks? We have enough sticks. We have enough of everything. Okay, great. Welcome, Matthias. Glad you could join us. That sun's getting real low. You know what doesn't exist at the spider spawner is a bed. Which I guess makes sense because you can't sleep. There are monsters nearby. But maybe it would be smart to bring a bed with us. Anyway. So we respawn point set. I feel like I can get over there before everything spawns, but Centauratron, I got the elytra from Cleo off camera. I got like 2 stacks of lapis, and I left it all at the spider spawner. So I'm just going to go use the lapis I left. Okay. Let's make sure that we can see this. Big chest of spider eyes at spawn that has a sign that says welcome back, Etho. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Woo! Spider spawner. Spider spawner. By Corrales. Spider, 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 spawner. just put this here. It'll probably be like, there are monsters nearby. But whatever. Fine. Cave spider spawn. Yay. I was actually thinking earlier, maybe my challenge for this season would be that I will never use a sword, because I haven't used a sword all season. And then I realized I've been using this sword and this spawner all the time. But, like, maybe I'll never carry my own sword, or, like, because there are going to be mini-games that have swords, too. But, like, hey, Carrier Slug, thank you for tipping 7. Boom, that puts us 4 past our next Space Gamer expansion. Who says, I like how you always greet Scar. Everyone needs to know when he joins. Oh, yeah, if I don't greet Scar, Scar freaks out at me. He'll get, like, grrr. Speaking of grrr, let's turn off those hostile creature noises. Where was I? Yeah. Oh, boy. What was I thinking? I feel like I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was going to talk about. Oh, wait, that's what I forgot. There's supposed to be an expansion. Thank you, because we are 4 past the next expansion milestone. Here we go. It's time to expand. Just do-do-do-do. Lowering that opacity now to 80%. There we are. I was like... Yeah, sorry, I got really sidetracked with that message. Can I build a secret tunnel through the mountain this season? Maybe. We would really need a tale of 2 lovers, though, to make that work. 76 Delta, please stop posting the same question multiple times. I saw it, it just didn't seem like a good time to answer it. The Jost is returning to nature? Slowly yet surely. Scar becomes a hostile mob the second you don't greet him. Yeah, I know that, yeah, Impulse showed me the mending books earlier when we recorded together. Sadly, oh, dang it, there's monsters nearby. Sadly, the problem with Impulse's mending books is that, oh yeah, they cost 2 diamonds. I was like, it was something with the price. Yeah. So, that was, actually, the price was the entire problem. Efficiency 3 and efficiency 4. Oh, we don't want to combine those two. Efficiency 2 and Fortune 3, efficiency 4, efficiency 4. Ooh, these are good ones to combine. And we'll call this Fortune, because this is gonna now be, yeah, 4, 5, 4 for 5 tune, 4 of tune. I'm breaking 3. That's a pretty good combo. Likes 0 says, why is your face so enlarged on the screen? The camera gets bigger every time we hit a tipping milestone. We are currently $16 away from the next tipping milestone, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So, we'll just let that go. I do need a Riptide Trident. I know. You're completely right. So, Fortune 1 and Efficiency 2. Fortune 3, Efficiency 5. That's a really good one. So, we've got Efficiency 2 and Unbreaking 2, Efficiency 4 and Silk Touch. So, on some level, we need to just enchant things in general. Boy, these guys are... I feel like the other day this was a lot faster. The camera account being on shouldn't matter. Am I doing something different? Oh, well. Okay, so, while we wait, let's see what is going on. Any messages on Twitter about the D&D concept thing that I kicked out? Not really. That's fine. Fair enough. Are more mobs accumulating in the tunnels? Yeah, maybe. Mobs in the tunnels. No, I did. I went out of my way to unrestrict replies on that, actually. Okay, so is the sun up? Because we can't leave because there's monsters nearby that we can't hear. So now seems like a good time to read something or recite something. Spawners ignore the mob count. They should be. Maybe only one of the spawners is working. Yeah, maybe there's a light somewhere that someone added or something. It doesn't seem like it's going full speed. Okay, those guys are running at me full speed. No, on the diagonal, I don't want to have commands here. People spend all day at work telling computers what to do. When they come here at the end of the day, I want them to, like, talk with each other. Or me. Yazzie Wolf suggests I could do the Raven. When was the last time we did the Raven? I feel like we did the Raven relatively recently. Also, is my mustache getting too long on this side? I need to kind of trim it. Oh, well. Feels like it's longer on this side somehow. Maybe it's just the camera angle. Oh well. If we can get a few more levels, we can hopefully just go ahead and let's enchant some axes here. Efficiency 2. Combine that with the other efficiency 2 one over here. That's an enchantment cost of 10 enchantment. So iron axe. I am iron axe. Do 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 do. Something attacks. Okay, because we're gonna be removing a lot of wood from the thing. Unbreaking 2. That's about just Unbreaking 2, really. Only Unbreaking 2. Yeah, maybe we should try and get some more levels. Welcome, DB Taylor. A lot of people are asking for the Raven. I honestly really enjoy doing the Raven, so... Whoops. Let's go ahead and let some spiders spawn for a second here while I pull that up. Sorry, Discord chat. I'm going to have to temporarily cover Discord chat up with the Raven. And that would be Project Gutenberg. Okay. Where's the actual poem? I don't want this whole... This is... Oh. This is a picture book version of it. Dang it, Project Gutenberg. Plain text UTF fate file. This is a weird one. Where do I normally get it? Do I get it from poetry.org? I feel like I had a good... No, that's not it. Raven full text. Yeah, we don't have time to read the whole Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Am I muted? Wait, hold on. I accidentally disabled voice mod while I was trying to do commands. Okay. Oh, is it poets.org? Or, no, poetryfoundation.org has the good... Yeah, easy to read, big text website. Here we go. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, o'er many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more." Distinctly, I remember. It was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the radiant and rare maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustlings of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now to still the beating of my heart I stood, repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you." Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obseisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door. Perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before." On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore. But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then, upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall pass nevermore. Then, methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God has lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, respite and nepenthe from my memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempest sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore. Desolate, yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, within that distant Aidenn, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or find, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thou soul hast spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak out from my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seemings of an demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. So there you go. That was Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. We're just waiting for these spiders to spawn, which is not happening quite as quickly as we might like. But you know what? Hey, we got to level 29 from that. That's pretty good, you know? Pretty good. If y'all enjoy this, this is a weird stream. Not like this particular stream, that this March 11th stream that happens... I don't know. I was trying to find a 7th rhyme. But whatever. I can't make it rhyme all the time. Did it then. Terrible, though. Ugh. I need to not do that. Anyway, my point was, if you enjoy weird stuff like this, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. This is a viewer-supported stream. Y'all are the ones who make this possible. Alex C. rolling in tip in 5. Thank you, Alex C. That puts us 11 away from the next face camera expansion. Coral Johnson says, thank you so much. My daughter's studying that right now in her 9th grade English class, and she listened along with me. Oh, I'm glad. Carrier Slug says, thank you for the poem reading, Joe. It's a perfect thing to sleep to. Awesome. Lay your head down and dream, Carrier Slug. Yeah, one of my... I heard this piece of trivia about this poem, and I don't know how true it is. So, but I heard that this is an example of spite poetry, where Edgar Allan Poe read a poem about a talking bird and was just like, oh my gosh, this is the stupidest poem. Like, you could do a million things with a poem about a talking bird, and this person just wasted this brilliant idea because they're terrible at poetry. And yeah, I'm gonna go write a better poem about a talking bird. Hey, thank you very much to Riven Rhyme for the 5. That's gonna put us 6 away from the next face camera expansion. Once again, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. Somebody said, can we request this creation of Sam McGee next? I really don't want to be here that long. I really just kind of wanted to get these things enchanted and kind of be on our way. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of enchant some stuff here. Silk Touch, I guess Silk Touch is fine. Efficiency 2, Unbreaking 2. Efficiency 3, Unbreaking 2. Okay, so we can combine these two. And then... Efficiency 2, it's fine. Okay. We're just trying to get some basic enchants on stuff, just so it's not completely dead slow. Okay, so we're going to put that sword back in the wall, and daylight. Okay, I didn't plan this at all. Okay, so we kind of have to chill here until daylight, and we forgot, oh, I was going to say, we didn't make that clock because we made those boots. We made the gold boots, so we have no idea what time it is upstairs. Installing a good clock here would be a good example of self-helping, if I had more gold. Okay. Curly Nima says, as a francophone, your interpretation of this poem helped me to understand the text a lot better. Yeah, it's a really good poem. But yeah, if you just read it all like patter, you won't necessarily... Because, I mean, it has the same meter the whole time, but... It's intended to be interpreted, right? Well, we have an extra... Well, yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't really help if there's a bed if there's always monsters nearby here. So, yeah, we will take the bed. Boy. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. It is... We've been going about... We've been going about an hour and 45 minutes, and I think we're going to try and wrap up at 10:30, because I have so much editing to do. I got so much good footage today, but I really want to get this next episode out this weekend, so... Hey, thank you very much to Alana for 2, who says, love that reading of The Raven, 10 out of 10. I appreciate it. That is going to put us now 14 away from the next face camera. Wait, no, 4. Just 4 away. Wow, yeah, I am tired. Yeah, we're definitely going to wrap up on the half hour. If I'm too tired to read the abacus, I'm too tired to keep streaming. Because the abacus is important for streaming. Is that a cloud above us? Is that... Huh. Tabbers Valentine says, extra long good footage episode. Well, the thing is that I need to make sure that the tempo of the footage is good, right? So, like, if I'm I have to explain to like every hermit the premise of what we're doing that episode who does a collab in the episode, but I don't need to explain that to the audience every time, so I can cut out those premise explanation bits and a bunch of other stuff. Ooh. Sammy Higgins says, good interpretation is so important. David Tennant's interpretation of Hamlet completely changed the way I understood the play. Oh, I really love David Tennant's Hamlet. I believe that his uncle is played by Patrick Stewart in that, if I'm recalling correctly. Okay, so since we don't know... What's my next project? We are about to go rip off the roof and replace it. But I'm thinking I might save that for tomorrow. Because I want to be working in the background. I should see which hermits are going to be streaming who I would be working in the background of their streams. So if they want to come by and say hi, they can. Zach Jones says, I saw you post about the D&D character thing. I must be very tired. What does it mean? The idea is if you're trying to come up with a D&D character concept, you should ask yourself, like, what about this concept might get this character... in trouble socially. Like, what kind of character traits do they have that would cause them to, like, fail a job interview? And what did they learn from failing that job interview? So basically, and this is more important the more obnoxious a character you're playing, because you have to kind of think about how... Why is it that they failed that job interview, but they got this job interview to join this group? That sort of thing. Kind of a little bit of introspection about the edge cases of this character's interaction range. Dear Daylight, please be soon. Oh, I still need to watch Tick Tick Boom. That's a good point. Diva in Green, welcome. Says, first time in, that was a lovely reading of The Raven. Nice to hear a familiar accent among the hermits. Waves from Queen City, North Carolina. Howdy, Diva. Well, glad to have you, Diva. Yep, I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. So, a little bit westy there. Is there a way to tell the time with the F3 menu? Maybe. That doesn't feel as organic. Sleepy enough to accidentally steal the sword. Oh, that's a good point. I need to not do that, too. Aaron Birth says, I wish I would be on HermitCraft. Well, the thing is, when I joined HermitCraft, it was 5 weeks into Season 1, a decade ago. Nobody had ever heard of it. I took a risk by joining this. And, you know, so if you want to join something that's like what HermitCraft is today, say yes to people who are organizing things that nobody's ever heard of today. Or organize something that no one's ever heard of today and invite your friends, because you might have the next HermitCraft in 10 years. Like, when I joined HermitCraft, HermitCraft wasn't a thing. It was 5 weeks into Season 1. You know, we all had a few thousand subscribers on YouTube, if that. But yeah. And... cool. Also, I can read the Discord chat again. I have gotten rid of the poetry overlay. Okay. Oh, sun's starting to come up. Yeah, if you go watch the Season 1 videos, I didn't know what an SMP was. I had never been on an SMP. Well, no, I guess I had played on an SMP server before, but, like, it was not like a YouTube SMP. I'd never made any videos on a multiplayer shared world like that. Yeah, most of my videos before HermitCraft were, Race for Wool, or, oh my gosh, Super Hostile Maps. Pancake Elf, just, you know, you don't have to be scared, because honestly, like, there's not a lot of penalty for not doing a good job. The whole point of learning is, or the whole point of practicing is to keep doing things that you're not good at until you're better at them. So, you know, like, I mean, I've been streaming since 2008. I've been streaming longer than I've been on YouTube. And the first few years, I wasn't as good at it, you know? My early YouTube videos are pretty rough, but they're better than they would have been if I hadn't been streaming years before that. So, like, it's kind of one of those things, like, you just gotta accept that you gotta start somewhere, and then having started somewhere, you gotta go there, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I feel like this iron axe should maybe be upgraded somehow while we're here. So we're going to dump this in here. Efficiency 3. That one's efficiency 4. Maybe we feed that in first. Efficiency 3. Unbreaking 3. Okay. So then we can add unbreaking to this other one here. Or would we be better off? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we have some axes is the point now. Did people call it an SMP back then? I don't... Maybe. I think maybe... Maybe. I don't know. I think they just called it a server. Okay. Now we're going to make a mad dash this way. Woo. Yeah, I think they just called it a survival Minecraft server. And then later people started abbreviating it to SMP. But, like, it's the same concept. Oh, I didn't bring a boat because I flew here. Okay. And we do need squid, so maybe I'll go ahead and hit this guy real quick. Yep, we got about 10 minutes left in the stream. Super Mega Coffee Guru, thank you for tipping 5. Who says, well, if you're leaving soon, I should get this in now. Glad to see your head get bigger. Well, you're about to, because that puts us $1 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand. Just do-do-do-do. Lowering the opacity now to 70%. And then Raymond H. Blair III, tips 20, who says, what is one of your own builds you've built since joining HermitCraft? Well, I built a model of Castle Ravenloft in season 5 or 6 that took, like, the entire season. But either way, that is going to bring us to the next face camera expansion milestone, the most obnoxious one, the Tony Stark helmet cam. So here we go. Expand. Just do-do-do-do. Lower that opacity now to 60%. We are 20 even away from the next face camera expansion. Everyone who has tipped up to this point has been making the camera harder to see through. But now is your opportunity to make it easier to see through. Like Victor rolling in and tipping 11. Boom. That puts us 9 away from the next face camera expansion. We got 9 minutes as well before the stream ends. So tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. But yeah, in terms of scale, the most impressive single build I built was probably Ravenloft. Although I did build a model of the Evergiven 2 seasons ago. That was pretty good. Last season I built a model of Castle Hohenzollern. That was pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, Tony Stark helmet cam. Woo! Oh, I need to go break that scaffold before the stream day starts because it'll look really ugly in the background. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Whew. Okay. Let's go take down a big scaffold. And then we'll take down a roof tomorrow in the background of other people's HermitCraft streams. It's gonna be extreme watching people stream on the HermitCraft stream day. Yeah. Why don't I look that up real quick? If I go to livestream.hermitcraft.com, I can find out who's streaming first and when. Isuma is going to be streaming first at 2 a.m. my time. So, wow, Isuma is actually going to be starting He's going to be kicking off the HermitCraft live stream weekend in about 4 hours. That's fantastic. And let me see. When I wake up at probably around 8 to 10 a.m., Impulse and False are going to be online. And then Doc. So all of them can see my house from when they're streaming. So I'm going to need to be working on that in the background to make the server look active. And also, it's just an excuse to be on the server and hang out and bother people. So, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, we actually have played Ravenloft in my Castle of Ravenloft for charity events and stuff. It's been really fun. Let's see here. So, I think we're about ready to wrap up the stream. Honestly, like, my brain is... I have worked so much today, and I'm so proud of how much stuff I got done. I am so excited that you guys are going to get a great HermitCraft episode 3 in the next few days. I probably am going to wrap up the recording on that during the stream tomorrow. And so, realistically, with the editing, it might be Sunday or early Monday. I'm gonna really try to get it out the door, but like, it's been going so well. I have so much good footage. It's gonna take a while to get done right. So, yeah, my brain is now mush. I need to wrap up the stream before I screw something up somehow. Like, take all these tools and then fall in a lava pit. Because I can tell. But yeah. So, next episode is going to be fantastic. Look at it. We're maybe 3/4 of the way done with the recording for the next episode. And we've gone from a dirt hut to, let me duck out of the way, this. Whoosh. Very cool. Spicy Texas Bean says, make it a long episode. I mean, it'll probably be longer than the first 2 episodes, but, like, the thing is, I've got probably, like, 4 to 6 hours of footage, and some of that needs to be turned into time lapses. Some of that, like, it's not, yeah, it's a lot of footage. So, yeah, and let's see, what is going on there out in the rest of the world? Do I have this muted properly? Let's mute that so we don't accidentally open somebody's stream and have it be really loud. Don't want that. That person's on a be right back screen. Ooh, hey, one of my oldest friends in streaming, Princess Diana, is playing Phasmophobia. Princess Diana is awesome. I got to meet her at PAX probably almost a decade ago. So we're going to go ahead and post that link there. When you get in there, say howdy, y'all. Joe Hills Raid here. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do.